Hi guys, my name is Tara Bostic. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Also, if you are subscribed, make sure you still are subscribed, because I guess that is a thing that you can get unsubscribed. I know it's happened to me like on bigger channels, so I thought maybe it was like just a problem once you hit a certain tier, but that is simply not the case. So please make sure you're still subscribed if you like being subscribed to me. All right. So today's video, I'm super excited. It's gonna be like some tips and tricks on the skin, get ready with me type of video. My favorite types of videos, just talking, kind of going over new products that I like, some old, some new to me, I guess I should say, and some different tips for mature skin. So if you wanna see how I go from this to this, then keep on watching. So I was going through my makeup and I came across this mostly full Urban Decay optical illusion primer, and I forgot how much I like this, so I've been using this lately again, and I just put some on my hand and kind of start working it in. It's definitely mostly focused around my T-zone because that's where I need it the most. And then get all over this forehead. This primer is blurring, and I think it kind of helps mattify. It's so old, like it doesn't even, like, it's all worn off. I can't figure out, like, I don't know what it claims. It's been that long, but I do like it. If you have time to let your primer sit for a couple minutes, you definitely get better results from the primer, especially this primer right here. So that was tip number one. Should I count the tips? No, that's stupid. So now that that's sat for a couple minutes, I pin my hair back. Like, why is that? Why does that matter? I'm so stupid sometimes. So now that it's sat for a couple minutes, I am gonna jump into the next tip, which would be using an eyeshadow primer under your eyes for your under eye area. Does that sound better? I seen Wayne Goss do this, and Wayne Goss is like GOAT, right? So I thought I would try it out. So you just kind of take a little bit. Oh, I used the Pero Primero Primer Longwear Sticky Pigment Base. So I think any base like the Urban Decay one, any kind of more, like, you want it to be a little tacky, but also not too dry because you don't want it to crust up. So I've been using this one and actually like it. And you just kind of start tapping that on under your eyes. And this will kind of help keep your concealer, under eye makeup in place, because this is a trouble area for, you know, a lot of people, whether it be wrinkling, discoloration, both, shallowing. I have it all. So now that that's on, let's jump into foundation, and I'm actually using a different foundation. I forgot how much I like this foundation. This is the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation right here. I love the packaging. I will say, I mean, it's a pump, but they could use a better pump. Like, first of all, like, it just did this, and then, like, it's just like, you know, nobody ever pumps straight out, right? Because you want to put it like on a tray or something. I don't know. The pump is shit. Get a better pump. And this is a color Cassava. I think I got it to mix with a lighter shade, but I don't know where the lighter shade is. So we're just going in with this. I do have some like self tanner going on, so it should be all right. But also, like, another thing to help your skin and your base look good is you don't want to go too light in your foundation. It's better to be a shade darker, if not 2 shades darker. So you also want to go down your neck with your foundation. That way, if it's not a complete match, it kind of helps fade it, make it less noticeable. You're wearing a high-rise shirt, like, you don't see any difference between like your chest and your face. And then if it's like summer or if you're wearing a lower cut shirt, like I drag my foundation all the way down. So also if you're a working makeup artist, you want to make sure you do that for your client and maybe even ask them what outfit they plan on wearing, you know, or if it's for photos, get some information on what they have going on and why they're getting their makeup done. That way you can do a good job on them and they'll want to return to you. So taking my remaining product, I like to take a damp sponge and go over the skin just to make sure there's no streaks. I like to apply with a brush and then go over with a sponge. When I first tried this foundation, I wasn't sure how I felt about it because it seemed very thick, but it actually spreads out quite nice. And it's just, I don't know, it's like tacky, but like also dries. Like, I don't know. It's an interesting formula. Definitely medium to full coverage, medium buildable. And you just want to be really careful with drier formulas. This isn't too terrible, but like the reason I don't go for like full-blown matte is because it will show every like crack and crevice on my poor little face, and I just don't really want to do that. So if you have mature skin, you definitely want to be mindful of the foundation that you're picking out for yourself. Usually the dewier the better. All right, so another product that this one's new to me, I don't know if it's new. This is, I think it's either Kaja or Kaja, KJ, I'm not sure the brand. But this is a peach concealer. It's called Catnap. I've been really enjoying this for just under the eyes to help kind of color correct. It's a thin consistency, so it doesn't add to like much weight under there when you go in with your concealer. There we go. I don't know why I had such a brain fart. So I've really been enjoying it. I think it's like $16. Why I would tell you the price when I haven't told you the price of shit else is beyond me. So on like a lighter makeup day, I would just go in with this because it blends out really nice onto the skin. But when I want a little bit more coverage, I'm gonna definitely add some concealer as well. But this just helps to like lightly color correct without having to like bust out like the orange war paint. So another thing I really like to do, which I'm sure this part I've gone over before, is I kind of mix and create my own shades, but I don't like to really highlight under this area because again, you're lightening and that's gonna like bring out wrinkles, and girl, I do not need help with that. And I mean, I think we're kind of over that like highlighted white phase. I hope so. I fucking hope so. And this is just my e.l.f. concealers. I think they're like $6 and I get the hydrating one, not the matte, because again, wrinkles. All right, so just kind of mixed them up on my tray there, and I'm gonna put it on. And I always start a little lower. And then bring it up to the under eye. It still looks a little lighter. I could have gone a little bit darker, but it's not terrible. It's definitely not like stark white. And this is color medium beige and then the medium peach. I always go for a peachy toned concealer because dark under eyes. So one thing to note, you also want to know like when you have enough product on. Like I still see halos, the discoloration's okay, the creasing's okay, but if I were to try to go in and to continue to like try to cover those up, it's probably just gonna make it worse really. So it's like, you know what? I'm okay with how this looks right now. And then also like stepping a foot back or 2 feet back, like nobody's going to be like in your face. And if they're judging you, fuck them. And don't judge yourself either. Like, shit, we're doing the best we can. Also, letting your foundation kind of like set down before you go into powders really helps, but I realize we don't always have like that type of time. So I'm gonna go in with some RCMA powder. And again, I just like to go up the side of my nose and then out, because if I go in with all that powder under my eyes, it's not gonna look good. Gonna be very, very creepy. And then I'm oily, so I just like to really pack it onto the nose. That also kind of helps lessen the appearance of the like indentations, the hollows right here. Still not perfect, but it's looking pretty good. So you don't have to go in with 2 powders, but I am gonna go in with some of the Juvia's Place setting powder in the color White Sand and just dust that on the rest of my face. Just because this one has some color to it, so it gives me a little bit more coverage if needed. I'm gonna bronze up real quick just using some Fenty Beauty Private Island bronzer. So another thing I really like to do to help look like more youthful is using a blush. And I love a blush with a sheen. I think it really helps to enhance your cheeks, make them look nice, nice and full and like youthful. So it's definitely, some people like to pass on it, but I never do. And I really like this peach pink one. This is Elizabeth Mott. Show me your cheeks. Hit pan on it. Like, I do 100% believe in using a blush like this. Obviously that doesn't even make sense. I'll also use this with a matte blush under it, to be honest, because I'm a fan of blush. And then I like to put a little bit up onto my forehead, just kind of to tie in everything. And then you can definitely go on the nose. I really enjoy the Jaclyn Hill, her illuminating powders. This is in the color Carrots. I have it in another color as well, a little bit lighter. This is like one of my favorite brow bone highlights too, like especially for a smoky eye, using the darker one. So it's not like a stark, I don't know. I just love it. I've talked about it before. So dust that onto the face. So pretty. That is one shiny, glowy cheek. Love it. I'm gonna use some of this Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist setting spray. Feels good. I love that stuff. I love the mist on it. And then I just kind of set it with my sponge. All right, so next we're going to be jumping into the eyes, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. This one right here. I love this palette, and I definitely want to get more use out of palettes that I already have, versus just like buying more and more, because nobody has time to use all those palettes. I am a makeup collector, so they don't go to waste, and I definitely pass them along if I'm not using them, because you can sanitize them and do that, but I don't know. So I'm gonna jump into Canvas and dust that across my entire lid. And I really want to focus like the lightest color, or well, it's the same color, but a lighter color on my inner corner. Helps to cover some of the blue tones and then opens up the eye a bit. This Paraiso is such a pretty color. I do have a review up on this palette, which I did a really cute look, I think. I hope. But if you want to check that out, go for it. I'm going to go into Fuego here onto my crease. This isn't like going to be like a revolutionary eye look, but it's going to be like my favorite type of eye look, which is like kind of effortless. Like I didn't put any time into this. Losing my voice. I do recommend getting this palette. It's such a nice palette. Just gonna run the same color along the lower lash line. And really smoking it out down here with your colors kind of helps cover up some of those wrinkles as well. And then just pack a little bit towards this outer V area. So I'm gonna take a little bit of coconut mixed with spice and just kind of like press it above the outer upper lash line. Just taking the same brush and going just above that, just so it's a little smoky. Cute. I'm gonna put on some lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and my lashes are on. I probably could have even used like a smaller lash, a little bit more natural looking lash, or even my natural lashes, but they're on. It was a fucking struggle, so I'm not fucking with them anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna pop a little bit of this Paraiso into the inner corner, and then maybe I'll top it with a little bit of Sandy Bum if it needs it. I'm gonna leave the lower lash line bare as far as mascara because I like that look. Sometimes it can make you appear more awake. So I'm gonna put on this lip liner from Appeal, the color Stripped. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of gloss. This is from the Morphe Coca-Cola collection. It's called Share. It's just a nude gloss. Just in the center. Perfect. It makes the lips a little bit more pouty. All right, you guys, this is a completed look. I love this. This is so much more like me. I don't know. Sometimes I try to do these like super like avant-garde looks, and although I love them and I love like Halloween makeup, my day-to-day just playing in makeup is being able to like just totally like beat the face, make that look flawless, an effortless eye look, and I'm good to go. Anyhow, I hope you guys learned something today. If you've tried any of the tips that I suggested, please let me know down below. If you have any tips that you think could help me or help others, share those down below also. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.